This week's portion, Vayakhel, goes through all of the utensils and the construction of the tabernacle and how everything was completed and done precisely in its proper way. Included in this week's portion is the description or discussion of what the kiyor, the washstand that stood at the entrance of the tabernacle, was made of. And it was made of copper. Actually made from copper mirrors. What were these mirrors? These mirrors were the very mirrors that the Jewish women used in Egypt to beautify themselves for their husbands, so that their husbands should be attracted to them and that the Jewish people should be propagated. Rabbi Moshe Feinstein points out, look at the courage, the strength, the faith of these women. They too were enslaved. They too were fatigued. And their husbands were involved with backbreaking labor throughout the day. But they, and in addition, they would have children. Who would know? Who would know what would happen to the boys? Would they be thrown into the Nile River? Would they be thrown into the mortar of the bricks that were being made? But these women knew that God promised that the Jewish people would continue, and they knew that it was the will of God for the Jewish people to be propagated and to continue. And as pure servants of God, they courageously and beautified themselves for their husbands and brought about the continuity and the flourishing of the Jewish nation. Moshe, our teacher, initially did not want to use these mirrors because for the purpose that these mirrors were, he felt it just wasn't appropriate that this should be at the entrance or in the Holy Temple, especially at the entrance of the Holy Temple. God said, no, I specifically want these mirrors to be used. Imagine, the halacha is that a Kohen must wash his hands and feet from this washstand that was made from these mirrors. And if he does not wash his hands and feet with using this washstand, he is not allowed to do any of his service. All of the service that he would do that day in the temple is invalid. Why is it? Why was it so important that the Kohen coming into the Mishkan, into the tabernacle, that he should specifically see these mirrors, use these mirrors? It's beautiful. Beautiful, because he needed to be reminded of the pure faith of the women of Israel. The pure faith. I am a servant of God. And this Kohen who was coming in to represent the Jewish people, his service needed to be pure. He needed to be reminded, I am a servant of God, and I will do my best to perform this service. What a beautiful message from the kiyor, from this special, magnificent washstand. A message to us to always remember, I am a servant of God, and what can I do to better the way I serve God, to continue the way I serve God, to be the best servant of God that I can be. Have a magnificent, beautiful, and service of God-filled Shabbos.